And I was talking about trace minerals
Yeah.
and how why we does anybody know why we trace minerals? And you people that hear it, can you make the comment and say, "Oh, I know why we eat trace. Why?" And you're probably wrong if you think you eat trace minerals because you need your body to have trace minerals in order to be healthy. What is the real reason? Why don't you just tell them? These guys don't know what we're talking about.
Why we need trace minerals? Well, for one thing, they're building blocks for our cells and for our biology.
Can't say that.
And
That's
it collects the cosmic energy.
There you go.
Different trace minerals, relate to different frequencies. And that's what Rick is saying here.
Exactly right. I learned that from experience because see, I have one of those weird body thing going on where I can see sound and hear colors. And so that's always been my curse or my gift, whichever way you want to think about it. And
a little of both.
And I would literally, and so when a tree is glowing a certain color, I relate it to a certain mineral. And then I find that the tree is not glowing a certain color is deficient in that mineral. So a healthy plant would always be glowing a certain color because it has all the minerals. And that's a refractometer does that too. We talk a lot about a refractometer because basically they're looking at the color and changing it to something that we can read.
Yes.
Right? It's a certain frequency. So the higher the Brix level, different frequencies. See what I mean? So you can literally just work on the frequency level of plants, and eventually you start working on your frequency. Because if your frequency is at a certain level, you can tune in. It's tuning, right? You can tune in. That's a gift. Oh, thank you, Silly. Yeah, it is a gift because I can see when a person's not healthy. I used to go to these convention things, where they show new health things, and there was one that had a computer that sees your aura. And so I would sit there and I would say, oh, that aura is deficient in a certain color. They would sit down and the guys, how did you know that aura? Because they would take a picture of your aura and the computer would just spit it out. These are the colors. And you can even see the weird things that are going on with that person, right? And I can see that, like you guys, and the thing is pretty interesting, that you can see it through TV. I can see it through the TV because it doesn't change. The frequency gets transmitted through the TV. If it can be transmitted through a TV, it can be transmitted through lots of other things. And so when the cosmic rays shoot through the Earth, it goes from one end of inside the Earth and out the other Earth in a nanosecond. I think we had talked about that a long time ago. It's like 1 billionth or 1 trillionth.
The fractals and stuff like that.
And the fractal is the representative of the frequency. And so it's very, very interesting how this whole thing, it's all about frequency. And I would say it's I'm not a religious guy, but it's true pointing at something's going on out there that is not just haphazard. The universe doesn't throw stuff together and everything falls into place. Something's going on. And what's this? What is this? Let me look at this one. I like this one. What does it say?
We get sprayed with aluminum. Silica is nearly the same frequency. Add silica to nullify the aluminum.
You guys are something else because it's true. Once you learn what the frequency is of that element, you can literally learn how to use that and learn how to. That's why I do foliar spraying. So people don't understand foliar spraying on the basic level, which is basically just trace minerals going on. But they won't understand on the level that I'm actually spraying frequencies. And when I look at a plant, I spray it, and they actually have. So when I was a kid, when I was young, in my early 20s, somebody heard me on a radio show who works on NASA, right?
Right.
And I was telling him you can actually see it because your eyes can see it. He developed lenses you put on.